Good afternoon. As you can see, I'm standing behind the infamous gates of Arba Machfrei here in Auschwitz I. I'm sorry I can't be with you this evening together with Rabbi Shor, Rabbi Marcus, Boreham United and all the various shuls have organized this exceptional event. But poignantly, I'm here on yet another trip with the Holocaust Educational Trust and the Lessons from Auschwitz program, which was set up many years ago by Rabbi Barry Marcus, my dear colleague who's also with you tonight. And I'm privileged to be now part of the team together with Rabbi Shor. And today we're leading a group of 200 students from the Leeds area together with teachers and members of the Metropolitan Police of the area of Leeds and Bradford. As I stand here by the gates, I'm reminded and my thoughts focus on the words that were uttered by the Nazi hunter Simon Wiesenthal at the beginning of his documentary, which was an Oscar-winning documentary of I Will Not Forget You, where he says the words as follows: that when my life is over, I shall meet up with those who perished, and they will ask me, what have you done? And at that moment, I will have the honor of telling them, I have never forgotten you. The Lessons from Auschwitz program is ensuring in a huge way that we do not forget. And tonight we come to remember, to reflect, and to act to fight bigotry, racism, and prejudice in all its forms. You know, as a Jew and standing here in Auschwitz, it's very painful. But many in the world are impatient with us. Why do you Jews keep knocking on about the Holocaust all the time? Can't you just draw a line over it and move on? Why are you dwelling in the past? It's ironic that the very same mindset was not disturbed when 6 million of our brothers and sisters were butchered, but they now resent the fact of remembering those same 6 million. Forget about it, they say. Move on. What good does it mean to keep remembering it? I believe that the Lessons from Auschwitz program understands a very basic human fact, and that is this: that evil and unwarranted hatred are a reality that exists in our universe. It is naive to think that a person is born good. It is our job to become good. But the Holocaust shows what can become of human beings when we permit the beast within us to control us. And in addition to that, we learn from this tragedy that to be silent in the face of evil is to perhaps nurture it, to acquiesce it, to encourage it, and to help it grow strong. Because if we learn anything, it is this, that history teaches one simple and clear fact: that evil triumphs when good people remain silent. But when good people rise up against evil, then evil will ultimately perish and good will prevail. Friends, if we just turn the clock back to Nazi Germany in 1930s, for so many who turned a blind eye towards all its policies of discrimination and hatred, and ultimately the wholesale murder of 6 million Jews, the so-called free world encouraged the Nazis to continue their evil ways, with the result that not only were 6 million Jews brutally killed and murdered, countless others destroyed, but untold human suffering occurred. Friends, we dare not make the same mistake of not believing what they were saying. Hitler was not a Zionist, and he stated precisely in his book Mein Kampf what his plans were. The world should not have been surprised, and we come today to 2016, and we should never doubt the evil intentions of tyrants today. When we hear about destroying Israel and about driving her people into the sea, we would be naive to dismiss such threats. The Lessons from Auschwitz project is creating a world drop by drop of love, not hate, but only love, not of prejudice, but mutual respect for all peoples of all creeds, of all races, of all walks of life, for all of humanity. Over my many interactions over the last 6-7 months that I have been privileged to be part of the LFA team, there are 2, if not 3 illustrations that stick in my mind, memories that will stay with me forever. The first occurred with a Birmingham group, where after I spoke at the memorial service at the end, 3 or 4 of the students came up to me and said, "Rabbi, we're not religious, but can we give you a hug? We've never been so moved." And in another Birmingham group, when I walked back to the gates of Auschwitz, Birkenau, that long walk from the crematoria, surrounded by a group of Muslim students who told me, "Rabbi, our parents did not want us to come on this trip, but you touched our hearts, they were so wrong. We need to tell them how wrong they were. How can we do that?" And I said to them, it's all about one simple fact, and that's stopping the hate. I respect you for being a Muslim, you respect me for being a Jew, and don't tell me that we can't live side by side. And they looked at me incredulously, "What do you mean?" I said, "My grandparents came from Morocco, and for 2,000 years, Jews up until this very day have been living side by side." The last memory that I recall occurred on the last trip, where LFA, in their extreme sensitivity, managed to bring with 2 girls from the Birmingham area who were unfortunately blind. And the blind girls turned to me at the end of the day, people who are not blessed to see with their eyes, and said, "Rabbi, we have never been so moved by anyone's words in your life. We want to take what you said and try and put it into action and into practice." And that is the role of all you ambassadors who are here tonight, to really take those messages of love and fighting prejudice and racism. Today is all about memory. And memory is an integral aspect of being alive, the glue of one's self-identity, but it's also an integral element in the life of a people. Because if a people forgets its past, then it has no future. Rabbi Feldman points out in an essay which I saw a few years ago that perhaps how much more true is this of the Jews. For most of our history, we had no land, we had no flag, we had no state, we had no army, we had no protection. All we had was our Torah, our God, and our national memory. The Holocaust reminds us of certain truths that, if forgotten, can destroy civilization. And it reminds humanity the purpose of mankind is to change man from being a beast and to transform himself into becoming a human being that cares, that respects, and that loves all humanity. We forget that message at our peril, and therefore today should not only be a Holocaust Remember Day, to remember to act, but also to act to remember, to make sure that we do the right things, to ensure that the words "never again" are not just words that we're just saying, but can actually be fulfilled, so we can all together create a better and more sublime world. Thank you.